All right, welcome back to Close Up. We'll see what happens on Election Day, but if things do go south for Republicans, some believe the GOP won't need to be repaired. It'll rather be rebuilt completely. Not that the man at the helm of the National Party hasn't felt the winds of change already. Reince Priebus, my next guest this morning. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, you're not anticipating things to go south on Election Day. I get that, but big picture. What's this year been like for you?
Well, I mean, it's been a wild year. It's been a wild 2 years, but it's been wild all over the place. I mean, it's nothing that, no secret, but I expect to win in 12 days, and I think it's because I think it's a change election. I think anytime you have a change election, the electorate is constantly balancing the risk for the change, and as long as the risk isn't too great, they'll make the change, and that's what this is all about.
Taping this on Thursday, airs on Sunday. It's actually 9 days when you're watching this, so I don't want people going to the polls on Thursday.
Oh.
So,
Got it.
But yeah, I mean, we talk so much about Donald Trump and what his impact has been on the Republican Party. Is it as dramatic as it may seem to be? I mean, you have the Trump folks over here and the establishment folks over here just trying to hold their nose and get through this. I mean, how accurate is that portrayal?
I don't think it's very accurate. I mean, look, it's certainly a different year, and Donald Trump's a different kind of candidate, but I think he also brings a lot of freshness and newness to the party. I think he's brought in hundreds of thousands, millions of people into our party, received more votes than any Republican in the history of our party. They go to rallies yesterday in North Carolina, you got 20,000 people. In the middle of eastern North Carolina. You go to another rally, they have 20,000 people waiting outside. I mean, there's certainly something real that you have to acknowledge that's happening across the country. And so, look, the polls are tightening. I think it's going to be very, very close, and I expect them to win.
With that recognition, though, I mean, throughout the course of this year, was there ever a time, and there was always reported, oh, he was talking with Reince Priebus and other leaders in the party, that you got him in a room and you said, you do have the ability to win this. Look at what you've done. You have a 25% base. It's not going on anywhere no matter what. You need to expand it, though, and here's how you do it. I imagine that conversation happened. Did he listen?
Yeah, I think he's listening. I mean, if you look at the last several weeks, he's been delivering policy messages. He's obviously really honed in on the teleprompter, which I think it's important to stay on message and to stay, kind of get out of that primary mode and get into the general election mode. He's done that. And what you see in the polls is every single time he does that, every time he gets into that groove of talking about policy and what he would do and why Hillary Clinton is a bad choice, all of a sudden the polls tighten. You've seen that the last couple weeks. So obviously that video came out and it was not something that I condone or even he condones, but once we moved away from that, right, stick to the policy, stay on message, the polls tighten, and they're tightening in New Hampshire. We feel good about New Hampshire.
You're here in New Hampshire 9 days before the election, 12 days, but we already explained that. But obviously, as you game this thing out, New Hampshire's, you got to have it, right?
Well, we've got a great team in New Hampshire, and Jennifer Horn's a good chairman here, one of the best in the country, and with Juliana Bergeron and Steve Dupree. They've been around, they know how to win. We're investing in this program up here. But I feel like New Hampshire is a must-win for us. I really do, and that's why I'm here, and I think Donald Trump feels the same way. And we've got a great candidate in Kelly Ayotte. She's a much better choice. I've seen her in Washington. She works she works nonstop, and she's smart. She's a prosecutor. She's got everything going on, and so we have all of our chips on the table here.
I got to ask you about the New Hampshire's First in the Nation primary spot, or else I get run out of town. A couple of years ago, you said there are no sacred cows in this process. A lot of people, understand what you're getting at here, but has there been an evolution of your opinion on this matter when it comes to New Hampshire First in the Nation?
My only point of saying that, and I've said it before, was simply just to restate that the RNC writes these rules, and we can't go in saying people are permanently protected from anything. But I want you to know, and the people to know, that we've been very impressed with New Hampshire. You've taken it very seriously. You've got an awesome team up here, and I know the voters here really care about the future of our country and making smart decisions. And so all of that isn't lost on me or anyone else in the party. We totally respect New Hampshire, and we want New Hampshire to continue leading our country. But like I said, I don't get to write the rules myself. That was my only point. But we love New Hampshire.
And it wasn't anything personal when you said it. I get that. For you personally, I mean, you've been running this party now, how long?
6 years.
6 years.
And 2 years as general counsel before that. So it's been a long time.
Some turbulent times, different times, to say the least. Going to do it again?
I'm not sure. I mean, my whole point is for us to deliver. The party's delivered on the ground across the country like never before. We've never had an organization this big, this large, this engaged. Even the 04 re-elect, which most people consider the Bush re-elect kind of the gold standard, we're bigger than that. We've done what we said we were going to do. And so now we just need to finish this off and make sure that Tuesday's a good day and make sure that we do our job.
And are you convinced, or what have you said to members of the party, because I imagine you're talking to a lot of different members of the party, to get them under the same umbrella? I mean, the division exists on the other side too. You have the Bernie Sanders supporters, but maybe even to a greater degree in the Republican Party. What do you tell them?
I mean, look at your Maggie Hassan. I mean, she's loyal superdelegate to Clinton in spite of the fact that Bernie Sanders is more popular here. What I say to remind people is that, this isn't Italy. We don't have 12 parties. We can't fit into a nice, neat box. It's 2 parties. We're not going to agree with each other and everything. But the only way we win is by adding more people in the door and not telling folks to leave the house, but stay here. We're your home. Let's bring some more people in. That's how you build a party. You got to multiply and add, and that's what I try to do every day.
Yeah, and we have about 30 seconds, but more people coming to the party. I know that was the goal after 12. Saying we got to get younger, we got to get more inclusive.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously we can't win with just 60 million votes. We need to do better than what Mitt Romney did. And if you look at early voting and absentee ballot voting, we're doing better than 2012. The Democrats are doing worse than 2012. So far, so good.
All right, we got to run. You going to write a book?
I'm not a tell-all person, so I'll never do that. But maybe one day, but nothing that wouldn't be. I wouldn't do any tell-all stuff. That's not my deal.
Good stuff. Good to see you.
Thank you.